Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of my Car Mechanic 2021 series. We're on the third of four cars from the Drag Race DLC, and we did the Hammerdoll Strahl S last time, which we had a fair bit of fun with, um, both on the speed track and during the restoration. And now we've got the Arezzo Cortona, which was, I kept saying it was based on the Ferrari F-40. I was wrong. It's actually the F-50. So, my mistake. I was thinking of the wrong car for some reason, but or right car, just wrong name. So yeah. Anyway, so this one's in pretty sad shape. I'm not gonna lie. It's missing all her wheels. She's missing a lot of suspension parts. The body's not in the best of shape either. So we may be doing a bit of a longer episode, depending upon how long this takes. But yeah, let's first things first here. Let's get the frame taken care of. All right, there's that. And there's not going to be much left of the body panels, but we're going to take what we can, fix them up if we can fix them up. We ain't got any like body panels we got to take off here. Paint's a little worse for wear, but we'll fix that along with everything else in time. Should be at 1%. You are. Okay, good. I don't think we're going to be able to fix any of these, but we're going to try. Oh. Maybe. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay, at least we got some of it. Yeah, no tires. It's missing a lot of stuff here, but this just gives us more of a challenge, you know. All right, so we got you. Sort by condition. Make it a little easier. So right door and right side mirror. Drop those back in place. And it looks like the hood is about the last thing we... Excuse me, the front clamshell. So... Apparently we're not going to be able to put that back on yet. Okay. So let's... mark all of these and then get rid of them. Alright. It may be waiting on some other parts to be put back in. Probably the headlights or something, who knows. But we'll figure it out. One way or another, we'll figure it out. Okay, I bet you some of these are standard and some of them are probably aftermarket. Yep, that's aftermarket. Means that's probably aftermarket. Left headlight, yeah. Windshield. Okay, front right door window. And rear window. Okay. Not the worst start we've had with a car, but... Oh, right. We need to go back over to here. Or not there. There. And pick the car, because otherwise it won't work. Right headlight. Not you. Right tail light. Left tail light. And left headlight. Alright, let's get you guys put in. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. It was waiting for the headlights before the front clamshell was going to go back on. Okay, so you should be able to go back on. You should be able to go back on. Same with you. And you. Trunk window. Okay. Right, because that came off with everything else. So yeah, we got a sweet view of a crusty little engine. Not little, it's actually pretty good size. So yeah, that's everything out of our inventory. So let's start marking stuff that we need. Sorry, my voice seems a little raspy. Sinus drainage. You get the front bumper. Come on, focus. Okay. Gonna get things a few items at a time. Okay. Right, it needs to go back over here. That's why I'm not seeing it. Okay, front left door. Rear bumper. Hang on. Okay, those are aftermarket. One of the fun things about dealing with some of these fancy cars is some of the stuff is in one shop, some of the stuff's in the other. You gotta sometimes split the difference there. Yeah, this actually gives me an idea. I mean, I know these are primer color, but what if we did like that one Ferrari F-50 they did for Gas Monkey Garage, where they kind of gave it black. They painted it black with like red. They gave it like red pinstripe. What else do we need besides? Okay, with the license plate we'll get in a minute. Looks like we got everything else. Let's see what else we can get from here. Left door. Side mirror. Okay, so all that's got to be here then. Okie dokie. That's going to be everything. And no front license plate, obviously, because that would detract from the view, apparently. So let's go get a custom plate made up real quick. There we go. One custom plate, please. Just going to do my regular plate here. Alright. By part. Drop that bad boy on there. Like so. And now the body's 100%. Let's knock out the interior, and then we'll focus on getting the suspension to the point where it'll accept tires. There's no point going after the tires right now if we can't put them on. So, yeah. One step at a time. Okay, so it looks like we're missing a front seat. We're just going to replace all three of these. And go to disassembly mode, get rid of the old stuff. These aren't even fixable, so we're just going to go in here and throw both of them in the fuck it bucket and then go all new stuff. Okay. 2 leather seats. And brand new fancy dancy steering wheel. And hop out of there, check the car. 83%, which means I forgot to clean the damn thing probably. And yeah, nuke the interior, please. Makes me wonder if we even cleaned the outside of this car. Tell you what, let's move this over to there just to be safe. And it's gonna look like crap being up on... Oh, never mind. It didn't even set it up on blocks. It just set the bastard right on the ground. Just like dragging it in, you know. It's like the freaking... You can see the lines in the pavement, you know, where they just dragged it all the way over. That'd be kind of messed up. Well, that explains it. We didn't clean the inside or the outside on this thing. Alright. Back to the bay with you. Oh dear. I was wondering why the paint looks so weird even after fixing up the body parts. That's why. I think we're going to keep that color because, well, we'll do some experimentation with it. We'll try like a metallic black or a metallic red in this similar shade, or might even use the factory color and just do like a metallic or a pearl coat. We'll try both color schemes and see, you know, what we got. It looks like we're already doing like a black pinstriping. I wonder if there's a way we could flip the color scheme entirely. We'll figure that out here in a bit. I want to get the suspension up to snuff, and then we'll worry about getting paint. Yeah, we are missing. This thing's just floating in the freaking ether. You're going to need a little bit of everything. Let's just focus on one corner at a time here. I know it's going to be multiple trips and stuff, but bear with me. So 4 of those. Bottom suspension arm. Upper suspension arm. Come on. Nope, nope. I don't want to buy another one. Okay, give me the bearing. Let's see. Rear shock. I don't know which one it takes. I'm assuming it's just going to be... Since it's a fairly modern car? I mean, okay, let's just verify. As soon as we put this bottom suspension arm in, it'll tell us. Okay, yeah, it's just a bone stock double wishbone doodad. Okay, good to go. Okay, I kind of figured, but I just wanted to make sure. Alright, let's get back here. I think that's going to just show, yeah, that one. Okay, rev axle B. We're going to need rear spring. And shock cap. Drop that in temporarily. We need to get that assembly put together. Like I said, I'm just doing one at a time. It's kind of a little bit longer way to do it, but you know, we got plenty of time here. Let's just kind of work our way around the car. Alright, so now you should be good to go and ready for a tire, which we don't have yet. Although, actually, hang on. We don't know if it's is it 1 or 2 different tire sizes? Okay, so they're both 18s. That's good. It's just 2 slightly different sizes of tires, or proportions. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 of those on there. And Get 2 of those on there, and then when we get to the front, we'll mark those up there since we have to do the suspension on each corner. Okay, so this one's in marginally better shape, but some ways it's not. Alright, so mark that. 2 of those, 1 of those, that, and that. Okay, and that should get us where we need to go, more or less. Here's shock cap, here's spring. Okay. Brake caliper cylinder. Okay, got the caliper. Drive axle. Let's see, a couple rubber bushings. We'll need those for the suspension arm. And the suspension arm itself. Okay. We'll leave the sport tire and the rim stuff on there for later. But this will at least get us to where we can accept tires on the back end of the car. Boom. Getting everything else, and then I'll get the assembly put on there here in a minute. So we're gonna hop over here. Did I forget something? What I forget? The one vital component, of course. I clicked on everything but the one thing I needed. Truck. Okay. I need that one. Now we should be able to do that. Okie dokie. Try this again. Right, everything looks good there. Looks more or less complete. Okay, so those 2 are ready to go. Let's get up here. See what we need here. Of course, we're going to need that. Caliper. Cylinder. I need a bearing. Alright, let's just get those first. Wishbone shock absorber, front shock cap, and a front spring. Got you. Right, get the new bearing. New caliper cylinder. Let's go get that assembly put back together. Hey, at least we don't have to worry about these later. Okay. Bearing put on. Alright. Wheel hubcap. Should be pretty easy to get. Alright, so we already had the rim 40. We need... Okay. So we got all the stuff marked down for the tires. We just need to get this last corner built back up. Good googly moogly, this thing's missing a lot of stuff. There, there. Okay. And while we're in there, we're going to go ahead and get the components for the assembly, which might as well go ahead and get those while we're getting the rest of this. Let's see. Yeah, wheel hubcap. We need that. Do that since we're already on there. Okay, got one suspension arm. Got the other suspension arm. Full set of rubber bushings for that corner. And we need to get the front shock cap, and then front spring. Okay. Rock on. Let's get this last assembly thrown together. Okay. Oh, we're gonna need an end link. Alright, that'll be an easy buy. Okay. One front end link, please. There we go. Alright, everything looks good there. Well, more or less. Part's complete at least. We've already got I used to be able to talk really well. We got the tire information we need, so let's go shopping. Get our rims. What do we need? 4 18-inch rims. Just like that. Okay, I didn't want to back clean out. Let's get over to the tire shop. So we're looking for 335/30. To verify. Let's see. 335/30 R18. 335/30 R18. So those two should be good. One more time. 335/30 R18. 335/30 R18. Okay. So now we could take that one off the list and do the other. 245/35. 2. Okay. One more time. 245/35 R18. 245/35 R18. So it looks like we're good to go. Let's get these tires put back together. I didn't even have to write that stuff down. It helps actually having caffeine before stream. Could be the last one, but let's verify. Okay, good. Alright, start getting these guys balanced. Okay, that should be last. It is. Okay, good. Right, so she's ready to take her wheels, or have her wheels put on, rather. I'll make sure we hit the right one, so 335 on the back, and then we'll put the other tire size on the front. Okay, 335. Alright, let's get her down on the ground and have her on her own feet, so to speak. Or wheels, I guess. Looking pretty good. Sitting up nice and proper like she should. Alright, I think we're good to go to paint. Let's get you over there, shall we? Let's see what kind of options we have here. I'm kind of digging that, because that's pretty much what most of these come in terms of the color choices. Yeah, let's oh dear, no. I mean, yeah, okay, okay. I'll allow it. Let's just keep it fairly stock, but we're going to add the pinstriping. I was hoping they would actually let you flip that to the pinstriping here to be red, so you could do like a black paint job, red pinstripe, and then have that, because I think that would have made it look pretty badass too. But this is fine. I can live with this. Okie dokie. Good to go. Back to the shop here. Man, she's already looking pretty good, at least from the outside. The inside, on the other hand, is not looking so hot. We can check the condition, but yeah. We've probably improved part condition. Yeah, up to 47%. We still got a ways to go yet. But now, we're at the point where we're going to start doing the prep for getting the engine out, which means getting all the fluids. So we're going to start from here and work our way back. Right. Come on. Sometimes I hold it not quite long enough, and as soon as I let go, it cancels. It's like, oh, come on. Okay, fuse box, everything else we'll worry about later. Looks like all the rest of the stuff we need to pay attention to is all back here. It is. Kind of tucked in with the airbox and the exhaust. I don't think that'd be a good place for the coolant to be so close to the... Okay, I guess that's just a... Okay, that is one weird looking exhaust system. I'll say that right now. Anyway, so let's... that. And I bet you this engine's still mostly intact, so it's probably still got oil in it, so we'll need to pop it up. And, well, we're going to need to pop it up anyway, because we're going to need to get the gearbox out, which means we need to take the drive axles out, which means we need to take the wheels off. So, it's fine. That's all empty. Get you back up in the air. I mean, compared to what it looked like when we started, it's already looking beautiful. It's just amazing what a you know, fix up a few body panels, getting some new tires will do to the, you know, the overall look of a car. All right. Yeah, looks like it had a fair bit of oil in it, so at least it wasn't like left in a, you know, complete disrepair, but yeah, we got our work cut out for us on this. It's one of the reasons why I bought it in this condition. Okay. Get rid of the drive axle. Oh, no, I don't want to get rid of that. I get rid of the other tire. There we go. Okay. Get the drive axle here. And since it's a rear-engine car just like the others, I'm just going to go ahead and probably pull the entire exhaust system and replace it. We're not going to put it back in. We're just going to get the performance versions of all the parts and then hold on to them until we're ready to put it in when we get the engine restored and put back in the car. So that's kind of the overall, you know, flow that I want to have for this restoration, which is pretty close to what I do for most of these builds. Anyway, so right, that's taken care of. Okay, so we got really funky looking exhaust pipes, one gigantic muffler. That's apparently the entire back end of the exhaust, so GG. Let's see if there's any other obstructions. Doesn't look like it. So before we do anything else, we're going to mark you, and mark you, and then we're going to get rid of those because we don't want to fix those up. We want to replace them with performance equivalents. We're going to get that. Come on now. Work with me here. Click. Go. And one of the funkiest looking mufflers I've ever seen. Alright, let's see if we can fix the rest of this up. Click. And click. Alright, good. So we should be, yeah, 100% across the board. So all that stuff is going to sit in our inventory while we do the engine restoration. And once we get the engine back in, we'll slap a lot of this back in, but we won't put the drive shafts in. We won't put, or drive axles, excuse me. And we won't put the tires back on because we want to redo the suspension first. So those will stay in our inventory, but the rest of the stuff's going to go right back in once we take care of the engine. So for anybody watching this series for the first time, or maybe even this is your first video, hi. We don't tend to follow the same pattern every time. Sometimes I forget stuff and go back, but I try to, you know, keep somewhat consistent between the episodes. Yeah, emphasis on try. So there we go. No problem getting the engine out. Yay. Good, good, good. All right, let's get this thing on the stand. Ooh, she's a biggin. V12. Very pretty. Well, pretty in the mechanical sense, but visually, not so much. But yeah, we're going to take this thing down to its engine block and the crankshaft. We're going to fix both of those if we can. And then build everything back up with all new parts and as many performance parts as we can cram in there. So this thing ought to be pretty peppy. I mean, should already be pretty peppy. This is a V12 for fuck's sake. But yeah, we're going to take this thing apart in no particular order. So we're just going to go grab everything we can off of it. Like I said, we're only going to save like a couple things off of it, and we're just going to sell the rest of the old parts. Buy all new, including performance parts, and then eventually we'll be able to get this car to the dyno and see how we ended up. We're still a ways from doing that, so first we need to get all this off there. Oh, come on. See, at least here, the engineers were clever enough to leave room for access to the oil fill uh, area. Some of the cars we worked on in the past, you had to take some of the covers and other stuff off the top of the engine to be able to, or some components off the top of the engine to be able to get to just do. Basically, if you had to do like an oil change on the car, you'd have to take top parts of the engine off, which kind of seemed kind of weird to me, but I'm not the one who designed it. I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'm a software engineer. So, go figure. Sure, they had their reasons. I mean, it wasn't like they had to take a lot of stuff off. It was like, some of them, it was like the air cleaner, like the filter housing and stuff you had to take off, but it wasn't like major surgery on the car, but you figure the amount of time it took them to try to get all that stuff off there and do the regular oil change. And, yeah. Still probably cost them a pretty penny. The customer, I mean. But then again, if you could afford these fancy cars, like the old saying goes, if you could afford the car, you can afford the repair bill. Okay. Go and getting some of this off here. So we got a tensioner holding things up. Okay, there we go. See, one belt to run everything. Very nice. And out comes the water pump. Should be able to get the timing cover off now. Good. And what do we got here? Okay. Oh, this is the one that's got the 1,000,001 timing shoes. Or timing chain shoes. I say 1,000,001 and there's like 3. Okay. Come on out. Don't be shy. There you go. Okay. It's got like 3 really large ones. That sounded dirty, but it isn't. Okay, you need to come off first, don't you? Yes, you do. Okay, now we need to get all these little caps off. Crunchy as this engine looks, it's mostly parts complete. Gotta give them that. Could be in a lot worse. Means hopefully I'm thinking we should be able to save the engine block and the crankshaft. I don't think. Hopefully they're not too far gone. But we won't know until we get there. Alright, let's do the same thing for the other side here. Come on. Work with me, camera. Thank you. Sometimes you gotta fight the camera in this game. I ain't gonna lie. Alright. And this engine block must weigh an absolute ton. I mean, even if it's, you know, cast out of some high grade aluminum, still gotta weigh like a hell of a lot. Come on. There you go. Okay, now we get this other engine head off. And off it comes. So all we should have left is just get the pistons out and the crankshaft, and we should be good to go. Alright, so this one's going to be fun. Going to kind of work our way slowly from back to front here. Okay, looking good so far. Okay, almost there. And there we go. Okay, we get the crankshaft fixed up, and we'll get the engine block, and the rest of it is going bye-bye. And yes, I know this is not the most efficient way to do this. Trust me. It's just the way I do it. Okay. So I need to go there, I need to go here. So we're going to get rid of everything that's not 100% condition. Just like that. It's all nice and shiny now. Cool. So let's get things ordered. So we got a flywheel, fuel filter, alternator, oil filter, power steering pump. We get the fuel filter? Yes. Okay, good. We get in here. "12 pistons with connecting rods." We need, looks like 5 crankshaft bearing caps. And then we're going to need an equivalent amount of rings and rod caps for the pistons. So we want to make sure we get those here in a minute. Let's go to the shop. We're already in the tuning shop, so let's just get this performance stuff first. As is tradition. Okay. Rest of that's standard parts. And the rest of the things we need that aren't on the list are also standard parts, so grab the oil filter, 5 crankshaft bearing caps. Come on. There we go. Let's see, rod cap. Okay. And we need rings. And plenty of them. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and get these pistons put in first. Right, and just like before, we're going to work our way up the center. One piece at a time. Okay, halfway there. Yay. Okay, last pair. Excellent. Start dropping the rest of this stuff on there. Okay, anything else? Nope. Okay, so we're ready for the next round. Okay, let's get oil pan, clutch plate, and 2 gigantic V12 engine heads. Okay, performance parts first. Engine head A, it's going to give us a nice 7% increase. This one should too. Does. Man, 4,400 smackers, that's an expensive part. But given what it has to do, I can see why it could be so pricey. Alright, so let's get our oil pan. Good. Go ahead and throw that on there since we're at the right angle. You can tell it's high performance because it's got red. I'm just kidding. An old joke about, you know, paint, certain colors of paint adding horsepower to a car. That joke's way older than me. And I'm old as dirt. Alright. Oh, clutch plate. Okay. 2 exhaust manifolds there, 2 exhaust manifolds there, clutch pressure plate. And looks like the first of our timing shoes. Camshaft A, camshaft A, all across the board. And 12 aftermarket spark plugs. Right. So, performance shop first. 2 exhaust manifold A's, 2 type B's. Clutch pressure plate, thank you. For camshaft A's. And a nice even dozen spark plugs. Okay, go over here, get to the standard shop, do the timing chain, chew. Boom. Since we're at this angle, we might as well just go ahead and do these. I should probably write the engine before I get much further, though. In fact, I think I will. After we get these on. Okay. Get the rest of these spark plugs in, then we'll write the engine. Okay, that should be everything anyway. It is. Okay, good. Oop. Alright. Okay, everything's out of the shopping list. We got the clutch release bearing. We're gonna need 5, so 20. Okay. 4 cam gears. Alright. I think that's gonna be everything for this round. Let's get to it. I don't think any of these are actually performance parts this time around. Go ahead and grab that. 20 standard camshaft caps. Or standard for V12. Alright. Cam gears. Alright, let's get that on there so we can not have to worry about the clutch parts. We'll get the cam gears on, then we'll work our way across the engine, putting all the camshaft caps on. Okay, that should be all of them for this side. Do the same over here. Almost there. I know I skipped one. And we fixed it. Alright, that's everything for that layer. Now we got serpentine belt, head cover A, head cover B. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. shiny. Serpentine belt on, and we'll get this other engine head cover put on. There's one beefy intake manifold. Okay, we'll get all the coils. Timing chain shoes go on there. And go over here and get our intake manifold. Our ignition coils. And go over here. We'll get our timing chain shoes. Sorry. Voice was getting kind of crackly there. Okay. I'm gonna sneak these ones in at a bit of a weird angle, but it'll be fine. Anything else? Oh, we forgot an ignition coil. Somewhere. Oh, there he is. Get him. That's why you always double check your inventory. Alright, fuel rail. Couple of throttles. It looks like we're going to be start. Yep. Forgot to take the stuff off from before. Alright, so timing covers. Boom. Hang on, let's check the shopping list. Yeah, the throttles are aftermarket, or throttles are performance, so we'll need those. Boom. Fuel rail, that's another. And the rest of this should be standard part. Drop you in. Okay. We don't have anything else here. Looks okay. So shopping list is empty, so let's move on. I mean, timing chain cover, idle roller, water pump, crankshaft pulley, and another roller. Okay. One roller A, one water pump, crankshaft pulley, and another roller. Okay. Good. Get the thermostat and the 2 water pump pulleys. And get that thermostat in. There we go. We have a serpentine belt. And we're going to need a belt tensioner, which I'm thinking is just a generic one. Yep, I was right. Alright, let's give a quick check around here to make sure we got everything. Any grayed out parts. Looking good. Yep. One freshly restored V12 with a bunch of performance parts. All nice and shiny. Just like it left the factory, only better. Alright, let's drop her back in the car. Done and done. Alright, I'm just going to shut this for now because I'm going to take care of the frunk. Get all the stuff replaced there. And we'll come back here, do the same for this. And then once we get those 2 parts done, all we should have left is the front and rear suspension to do. Although, before we get to that even, let's throw a few parts back on. Alright. Come on, give me... There you go. Oh, crunchy. Got a face full of rusty car parts there. Come on, back up. There we go. Perfect. You in. So yeah, just the drive axles and the tires. It's the only thing we're not putting back on because we still need to redo the rear suspension, although I suspect the parts list for the back part of the suspension is going to be pretty goddamn short. Because we already redid a fair bit of it, just getting this thing to be able to roll on its own. So yeah, back down you go. Oh, hang on. No. There we go. Okay. Seems like a weird way to mount that, but sure. Why not? We know these are not going to be fixable. Come on up. There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and mark them. Fuse box should be savable. So we'll go ahead and not mark it because I don't think we're going to have to. Unless it's really, really bad off, which we'll find out very shortly. Right. Let's resurrect the battery. It's easy to do in this game. And we're done. Okay, that should have left us in a pretty good spot. ABS, battery, brake servo, fuse box covers, radiator, and associated hardware. And the only thing it didn't fix was that. And okay, everything else is kosher. So let's go ahead and sell all the stuff we don't want to keep. We'll buy all new stuff, which... Okay, so we got just the washer reservoir. And the rest of them were fuses. I'm guessing the ECU is probably in the back then, right? Yep, okay. Just making sure. Okay, pop the fuse box in there. And get all the new... Right, because I haven't bought the stuff yet. We didn't go to electrical. I tried to get too far ahead of myself. That happens. We need 2 of these. 2 fuse type A's. Relay type B. Hang on. One relay type B, I needed 3. I hecked up. Easy fix. 4 type C's. And 1 relay type A. And we're good to go. Right, so let's go ahead and fill fluids. Go ahead, since we got the frunk more or less taken care of, we're gonna get this get both the fuel tanks taken care of. Okay, there, grab you, we'll grab you. Okay, so we're going here for fuel tanks themselves. And the fuel pump is going to be over here in the tune-up shop. Okay, got that. You there. You there. Throw you there. Okay, so the fuel system exhausts are done. And now we get to pop this back down because we need to take care of everything back here now. Looking to see if we had like a second fuse box. I know on the previous car we had a second one somewhere that trip this up, but I don't think it's got one. Or if it does, I haven't seen it. Sometimes I like to hide these in like weird spots on the cars. I think we're okay. I mean, if we're not, we'll find it soon enough. Alright, I think that's everything. And doing a quick pass here. One last check up here, make sure we're not missing something else. Nope, looks like we're okay. Oakley dokley. Let's see where we're at here. I don't know if we're going to be able to fix very much of this, but we're going to try. Okay. Didn't be too surprised by the result, but again, we don't have that many things we have to get, so... Okay. One more time. I'm gonna do that. All the old stuff. I don't think any of this is... Well, except for the filters. Those are the only performance parts, I think. Yeah, the rest of this should be just standard stuff. Okay, let's go to electrical, get the ECU. Got you. And... Yep, rest of this is all standard parts. Okay, 2 filter covers. 2 filter bases. Brand new coolant reservoir. And brand new power steering reservoir. Okay. Start dropping parts in. Bit of a tight angle on that one, but we got it. Okay. Let's top the fluids off. Alright, I think that's everything. Okay. think we're good to go for the next stage. That was easy. Like I say, you do these enough times, you kind of have your own ways of double checking your handiwork here. So, let's get her up in the air. So like I said, all we should have now is to take the front and rear suspension apart, fix what we can, replace what we can't, slap this all back in there, and then we'll be able to move on. Since we're up here, might as well go ahead and start taking this apart. Now the good news is we won't have to take the assemblies apart because we did all 4 of them earlier when we were making the car able to roll on its own again. Do this. Just grab everything we can. I don't know how much of this we're going to be able to repair, but, you know, we'll see. The night is still young. Come on out. There you go. Back up. Come on. There you go. Okay, that should be everything off the rear suspension. Down here, we'll do the same thing for this side, or for this end rather. And that side's good. This out first, and we'll do the rest. Up, back up a little bit there. I don't want to kiss the rust. Unless I'm kissing it goodbye. And never mind. That didn't sound right either, no matter which way I worded that. Okay. Think we're good to go. Like I said, the assemblies won't have to come apart because we built those all brand new very early in the episode. So let's see how good we did. Come on. Should be the last one. And it was. Okay, good. Let's see how many of these we fix. I'm going to go into focus mode, so if I don't say much, that's probably why. Come on. Just short. There we go. Okay, so like I said, that looks like we got a good bit of it, but we're still gonna have a fair number of things to order, although not as bad as it could be. I mean, we did replace a shit ton of the suspension, or actually put new stuff in that was missing in the first place. So we're actually in a better position than I thought we would be in some respects. Right, let's go buy stuff, shall we? Yeah, it's only because the stuff, so many things were missing at the beginning. That sort of helped us at this point. Because we fronted a bunch of stuff at the beginning instead of waiting to buy them now. So, yeah. Not too bad. Okay. Let's finish this. Do the rear suspension first. Why not? On these rear engine cars, that rear suspension seems like it goes together pretty darn fast. Okay, make sure we get the right one on there. 335. Good. Get over there and do the same thing for this side. Really, I just had like a quarter turn left on that to do. I was like, what the heck? Alright. A few more parts to put on, and then this rear suspension will be done. Okie dokie. That's everything on the back. Looking good there. We already checked stuff on the other side, so let's go over here, shall we? Take care of the front suspension, and then once we get this put together and we verify that it's at 100%, we're taking her over to the alignment rack, getting the headlights and the wheels aligned. And it's off to the dyno shop, which I know is everybody's favorite, or at least it is for me. Because there you actually get to see, you know, tangible numbers for, you know, all the hard work that goes into this car. Alright. We'll work our way through the pile here. Okay, all we have left are the 245s, which is exactly where we wanted to be. Good. It sent me back here. I thought I clicked on one of the suspension parts. Double check, make sure everything's there. It looks like it is. So let's go over here. Do the same thing we just did over on the driver's side. Almost there. Okay, inventory is empty. And we're at 100% condition. Good job, everybody. Group effort. Okay, off to the alignment rack. And she's looking sharp. Like when a car comes together nicely like that. Okay. Close enough. Alright. That's good to go. Yay, now we get to go to the dyno. We get to see what kind of horsepower and torque numbers we get. Alright, so this thing's already got a pretty stout amount of power and torque. So 520 horsepower with 361 pound-feet of torque. Let's see where we end up. Got a good sound to it. £1,010 horsepower for a gain of 490, so 95% increase. 677 horsepower for a gain of 317 for an 88% increase, respectively. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I bet you with some tuning and in the hands of a good driver in this game, this thing would kick ass at the drag strip. Alright, let's get you outside. We're going to get some pictures. Oop. And it's a good angle right there. Try to get it a little more centered. Bam. Beauty shot from the back here. That's going to go on Discord. The front picture will be the thumbnail of the video, which you have already seen by the time you get to this recording. So... ooh. Simple, but elegant. Nothing too fancy. Right, let's go screw around at the speed track here, shall we? Alrighty. Hope everybody's strapped in. Be interesting to see how this does. Alright, and here we go. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, we're fine. We're fine, I think. 180. Nope. That happened. Sure, Jan. Oh. Trying to do this with a controller now, but not have much better luck with it. So let's try a restart. Try this with a controller, see if it works any better. There you go. Now she's talking. That was the trick. Do it with a controller, stupid. 222, 25, 230. We came close to hitting the top speed on this track, which was like 242. So I was sitting there just gently caressing the throttle steadily until I got to about, I don't know, third or fourth gear at least, and then just put the hammer down and she just sailed right straight. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't using the controller sooner with this, but I got the result I wanted. I just had to think about it. I was like trying to do it with the keyboard and mouse, and I was like, what the heck am I doing here? Because this thing's like, it's either on or off with the keyboard, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've got a controller still hooked up from when I was doing stuff for streaming. I was like, give it a try, and you saw it, you know. Much smoother execution. We're able to get her up to like at least 230. So yeah, that's yeah. I think we'll do that. Wish I'd started doing that a lot sooner. We could have, because we had over this YouTube series, we had quite a number of cars that got super squirrely on the speed track, and stands to reason I should use a controller, especially with the fact that this game's made for console and PC as well. But anyway, back to the game here. So Let's take a look at the numbers, shall we? So 100% on everything, factory color, everything looks peachy there. So bought it for $83,293. You could see the condition, performance parts, body and parts values, how they factor into the overall cost of the car. We are selling this thing for $430,548, or credits, I guess, for a profit of $347,255. So we made a pretty good profit on this car, if I may say so myself. And once I figured out the proper way to drive the damn thing, it actually handled pretty well. So yeah, let's go ahead and sell. Get that out the door. That was a fun little build, wasn't it? Turned out really freaking well. Can't wait to do this one next. This is the Bolt Reptilia R6, aka the current gen, or at least a recent gen Corvette, Chevy Corvette. So I'll move that to Bay 1 because that's going to be the next episode. Yeah, man, that paint job. Oof. We may have to clean that car, actually. We'll get to that here in a minute. And we got our filler episode, which is the FMW Roadster. That's going to go in Bay 2, because that's 2 episodes out. And then we've got the, I think the first of the electric car DLC? Yeah, the Auto Tutto Levantino. Hopefully I said that right. You are going into position 2 because you're 3 episodes out. I'm going to pull another car out of parking. So the Atom 330. You're the next contestant, so to speak. And we definitely need to wash this one, so do that real quick. Seems like when I buy these cars, I just get in a hurry and I just buy them, move on, you know, instead of cleaning them. It sounds like them using a fire extinguisher when it does the cleaning. One. Move to position 3. Are you clean? That's the thing. You look like you've at least been washed. Possibly. Let's take you over there just to be safe. The rims look like they're in decent shape at least. Okay, so position 2 for you. And just to be on the safe side, this one's looking all goofy in terms of color, and we're just gonna do a quick wash. Yep, I didn't wash this one either. Sometimes you can't tell if the paint's just faded or if it's just legit dirty, and apparently when it looks faded, that's usually what it means. It's dirty, I guess. Okay, so back to the first bin with you. Might as well just wash this one while we're looking at everything. Be on the safe side. Okay, so all the cars that are currently in the shop should be clean now. We don't have to worry about that for later. Alright. So, yeah. Like I said, making progress here. This will be, like I said, the last of the Drag Race DLC cars. We'll take care of that on the next episode. With that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And the little bell too if you want to get the alerts for like any new streams or videos that happen to come up on the channel. Like I said, the video schedule might change sometime in the near future here, depending upon how things go with the negotiations with the company that I'm trying to get a job from. So as soon as I hear something, I'll let you guys know in a video. Okay? Awesome. All right. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.